Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. I've got two ears in this, both quite interesting ones, and a little sneaky surprise slash preview of my second channel coming up in between those ears, which I hope you're going to enjoy, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. But the first thing I want to tell you about is this ear here, and this was the reason for the title of the video. It got me so mad. And I'll tell you why it got me so mad. Because, as you know, if you've been following my channel, and probably more specifically Neil's, there's a big problem here in the UK with people doing this procedure and getting trained to do it who really shouldn't be. So if that's you, just stop it. Just pack it in right now, or I'll put you over my knee. As Big Grandma used to say. Now, what had happened is she phoned me up, this lady, and said, she asked me if I had any appointments. I said, yeah, I can do it in a couple of days. It was quite full, so I couldn't fit her in on the same day. So she said, it's okay. I'm going to, I've heard that they do it at the local pharmacy. You can see where this is going already, can't you? I said, all right, that's fine. But I said, I felt I just had to tell her. I said, just so you know, they not necessarily need to be a healthcare professional to do this in the UK. Literally anybody can do it. And she said, it's fine. Yeah, my husband went there and what have you. So I said, well, that's fine. That's your choice. You know, you've made that decision on your own. Anyway, and she went to this pharmacy, and when she got there, they said, they took a look in your ear, said, yeah, it's full, needs sorting. They said, but we can't do it for a few days. And she said, oh, how come? You know, these people in here now. There was a pharmacist there, the pharmacy dispensers. And they said they can't do it because there are no sales assistants in for a few days. No sales assistants. Wow. So, and again, this all is further proof of the state that it's in this country at the moment. And we know who's training these people, specifically pharmacies. It's the same company who are training these non-healthcare professionals, because let's face it, that's what they are. They're sales assistants. And we heard it there straight from the horse's mouth. That they couldn't do it because there's no sales assistants there. And when she heard that, she was like, maybe he was right, what he was telling me. So anyway, she phoned me back, and she said they couldn't do it there because there was no, let's call them earwax technicians. No technicians there. Beyond a joke, innit? Technician. Anyway, so she rang me back up and said they couldn't do it there, and so can I come to you? I think she may have been a bit put off by the price when she first mentioned it, and I'll be honest, I'm no more expensive than most people around here. I don't inflate my prices just because a few people know me on the internet. That's just, I don't do that. That's just not me. It might have been, I don't know, 10 quid cheaper at this pharmacy, so that's why she went there. Anyway, she phoned me up, said they couldn't do it, so can I come and see you? She said, yeah, you can come and see me, and I had time on that the day after. So she came in, and as you can clearly see, she was very blocked up in both ears. And when I showed her, because she was watching me do this, you know, she was very impressed, let's just say. Which is again another reason why I think I like showing people the procedure as I'm doing it. They find it really helps them to keep still. And it helps them to gain an understanding of A, how difficult it is, and B, how dangerous it can be if it's done badly. Because I know full well that the equipment they use in these particular pharmacies that this particular company provide, those in the know will know exactly what I mean. And if that's you and you work for that company, well, I've nothing else to say to you but shame on you. Seriously, shame on you. Training a sales assistant to do it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, quite frankly. And it's pathetic that money is becoming more important than patient safety. And they may say, oh yes, but they've been supervised and they've got access to ENT specialists, blah, 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 blah. that's all well and good, but they're not there at the time telling people, oh, no, don't do that. Do you know what I mean? They're just not. So anyway, that's my little rant of the day over. So I needed a few tools to get this out as well. And from what I've seen of the equipment that they use, I think it would be quite difficult to use these type of tools. In fact, nigh on impossible. And probably wouldn't have been able to get it out with suction alone anyway, as I realised eventually, because this thing is really stuck to the outer part of her ear, so I needed this to prise it open. Anyway, what I'm going to show you in a minute, because I'm going to disappear, and you're going to have a quick 30-second clip of a sneak peek of my new podcast, which I recorded a couple of days ago. And there is an ear coming up after that, so stay tuned to it, or fast forward, whatever you want. And I'm really proud of it. It's the first one, so bear with it. It's like an hour and 15 minutes long. It's basically me having a chat with some legends, which ordinary people, including my dad, is one of them. So I'll tell you a bit more about it and how to get hold of where to find the second channel after you've seen the little clip of a few brief highlights of it. But here it is coming up. That wasn't the time that I threw up in the van on the way home, was it?
Well, no, that's what I was telling. He goes outside, comes running back in and says, Paul McCartney's outside.
No way.
And so of course we all pile out and right across the road.
At one stage McCartney said, anyone got any requests?
Yeah.
And Annie said, I'd love you to sing that. My favourite song of yours, My Sweet Lord.
Which is obviously a George Harrison song, isn't it?
Yeah.
After the first song,
Yeah.
You're crap on your bike off, you go, here's your money, go.
Yeah, no, it's never happened to me.
See that?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to act surprised.
Well, no, to know.
I have, for our American friends, I've met Britney Spears.
Is that right? How did that
She's
come about?
probably the most, she was on this morning. She was singing on this morning.
With Richard and Judy spoke on that show, didn't you?
Yeah.
So there it is, a quick sneak peek of episode 1 of my new podcast, which is called Unlikely Legends, thanks to ChatGPT for the title. I'll quickly tell you about this here, then I'll go back to explaining about that. This is a chap who comes every 4 to 5 months, and I find that if we don't do this and clear out his ear, he's really, really prone to fungal infections. But this is the first time I've seen it where I couldn't really see any evidence of it, thankfully. Definitely. So you might have, I don't know if you will recognise this ear before, but it's one that's had lots of fungal infections in. I think one of them was in, I can't remember. Anyway, if you look for some of the titles, it says fungal. Chances are one of those will likely be this gentleman anyway. Anyway, so going back to the podcast, well, first of all, why have I done that? Well, why not? I'm really interested in people. I love talking to people. Like talking to you guys here. I know it's slightly different because you're not here right now, but people fascinate me. There's an old saying, there's no as queer as folk, which my grandma used to say a lot. And so the whole premise of this is it's just going to be me interviewing ordinary, everyday folk who've got extraordinary lives and tales to tell, because everyone's got a tale to tell, haven't they? Everyone's got stories, and I always want to hear people's stories. And so the reason I call them unlikely is because they're everyday people, but you can still be a legend. And they're cheaper than celebrities because they'll do it for note. So the name of the channel, I will put the channel, a link to the channel up above. It's called Unlikely Legends Podcast, and when that link's gone down, I'll put a link up to the video as well, which is the first one, and that's the only place you can see it on my second channel. I don't know if I'm going to post it on this channel yet. I might get a load of stick for putting something that's not about ears. I might do, just to get it known and get it out there. But if you could go and follow it, I would really appreciate it. As it stands, I opened it yesterday and it's got about 18 subscribers. I would really love it if we can get it to 1,000. Even if you never watch anything, just click subscribe to the second channel, just so I can get to 1,000 subscribers. Means you can make a couple of pennies on it, you see. That's what, get to that as quick as we can. and then I'll stop mithering you about it, and that'll be something that takes on its own course as a being. I'll be obviously still doing this. It's not replacing it. I'll probably do about maybe one a month. I've got a lot of guests lined up, but those guests there, it is worth watching. Got a few technical difficulties. It sounds okay. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but we had 4 people, and I only have 3 microphones. So, but that was just me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist on that. Anyway, so the people we had, was one of them was my dad, and then one of and his 2 mates, Nick and Ed, and they've all got incredible backgrounds. We all have music in common, so a lot of it is about music. But what's interesting about it is my dad moved to London in the 60s to seek his fame and fortune, and he's got a few tales about what happened to him, which I didn't know some of it actually. It was fascinating and very amusing what happened to him when he was down there. He managed to do a few name drops as well, a few clangers. He ended up meeting Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac. Played his guitar, possibly the guitar that Albatross was played on, the very famous song. So yeah, he's got some tales of that. And the other guy, Ed, he again grew up in the 60s. They're all similar age. He was in Liverpool, and he got to meet Paul McCartney randomly at a party once. He's got a story about that. And the other guy, Nick's a fascinating character because although he was involved in music all his life as well, his main job was actually a radio and television director. And so he did meet some incredibly famous people along the way, including Britney Spears. There's a few spoilers here, as you can tell from the. But I put all that in the little trailer, didn't I? Because he used to work on This Morning with Richard and Judy, amongst many other shows from the BBC. So he's got plenty of tales from that. But it's not all about name dropping. It's more about getting to know them and telling stories of how they got to where they are. So go and follow that channel. The video to episode 1 of the podcast, I will put a link above me now, and it will also be a card. This is on YouTube. None of this makes any sense if you're watching on TikTok or Facebook, because you can't do that kind of thing. But the link to the video will also be one of the cards that you see. You know, when you get to the end of the video, you'll see, recommended for you. Another video just pops up next to me. It'll be there too. So I would appreciate it if you went to the new channel, the Unlikely Legends podcast. Sorry, I've got some random hiccups that have come out of nowhere. That's me hiatus hernia playing up that. Yeah, go and follow that channel. I would really appreciate it. And let's see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. That would be great. Anyway, as you can see, I've spent a long time prattling on about that. Not told you much about this here, but I told you a little bit about it at the start. Just peeling it away to prevent it from turning fungal. It's the long and short of it. And it's always quite a satisfying little ear to do. Is a fair bit of peeling, and it is very dry as well. But wasn't too difficult. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, what is he on about with all that other stuff? And you've only just come here for the ears, then, well, subscribe to the channel for ears. You don't have to subscribe to the other one as well. You can if you want. But follow this one too. Or even become a member, should you so wish. Because you'll get, I think there's almost 1,000 videos on there that only members can see. So last a few little bits and bobs to get out of this one. Not going to get every little flake. You can generally tell how much time I have or how much the patient can put up with, depending on how many little flakes you see left in anybody's ear. And there's very few left in this one, so I must have been running ahead of schedule. I've even got little bits that you probably don't even need to. Yep, really I'm going to get those little bits as well. I think it does get quite itchy for him though. So I think I remember that's probably why I spent a bit of time trying to peel away all this dry stuff, because it does itch him a bit. Nothing worse than an itchy ear. If you've ever had one, you'll know. But hopefully that keeps his chronic fungal infection at bay. There's obviously going to always be something lurking in here. You can just tell that from from how dry and flaky it looks on the outside. But he knows to come and see me every few months, and so far it's working. So he's not had any fungal infections for about a year, I think now. I think we're pretty much all done there. Excuse me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It's got a lovely looking eardrum. Yeah, there are a couple of flakes down there. I ain't entertaining going down near someone's eardrum to get those. Absolutely not. Not worth it. If you do think it is worth it, then maybe go and see a pharmacy sales assistant and ask them to do it. Seriously though, pack it in, you lot. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.